Wait,
Let me see.
no, is this the loot you put on the ground that I'm saying?
Yeah. He got me all
I
excited.
thought that thing, oh man, I thought I just got the mother zombie. I thought that was a boss zombie. I was about to poop my pants. I was like, chat, we're going.
We're agreeing for the whoop doo.
See, Jackson in my chat, he says 1.4 comes out Xbox. If I find MVGs, I'll give them to you.
Ooh.
It's whatever you want to do. I take handouts all day.
All day, baby. Okay, so
Easy.
we're walking through. Okay, so because 104 is coming to PlayStation and the Xbox, right? It's worth noting how to loot cycle and where to find some of these things. So clearly we're playing on the PC right now, but these are the things that are coming. So MVGs that I'm using now will be there for the Xbox and PlayStation. Don't worry. Ooh, Razor, you got one of those fancy new guns, my man. Looking good,
Yeah.
baby girl. Do you have a battery? I can give you a flashlight, sir.
Hold on one second. I'm just doing privacy screening because I feel like we're gonna be doing something.
Oh, got you.
Yeah.
So, anyways, to kind of walk into this, because we have to do this now for Marlin bags. This is the exact same situation you guys are going to be running into when the update comes, because you can't jump the way you used to. Let me just show you the map. Look at this. We had jump 1 started here. We ended up on the exit here at top of the hill. So when you switch servers, you're not going to be in a predictable location, which is great. It makes it so we can build. It makes it so bases have a meaning. But conversely, I guess you have to know how to loot cycle, so that is one of the things we'll be doing here. And also we're looking for Marlin bags. This place, let me go ahead and show you on the map. This place is one of our favorite locations. We call this Cherno Industrial. Let me go ahead and turn off the loot table here so you guys can see what we're talking about. Whoopsie. Alright, so this is Cherno. We call this end Cherno City. We call this end Cherno Industrial. I don't know how to pronounce these because I don't speak Russian. I kind of wish I did know how to speak Russian, right?
Yeah.
Because
Right.
Russian
Yeah.
girls are hot. I said it. So anyways, yeah, we're down here, looking at. Let me just roll back a little bit so you guys can see more. This is Electro here, and if you kind of follow that main road and you see the construction site, which we have marked with a pin here, you can then see as long as you follow the docks here, you can see all these crates. This is where you find Marlin bags. Oh, plenty. You'll find us doing this. We're going to be loot cycling down here, and you're probably asking yourself, what is that, you crazy, crazy person? Well, basically, you go down to these maroon crates, and I know you can't tell. Oh, girl, instantly Marlin bag. What's up? Grab that.
All right.
Yes. Well, first
I'm
of
like,
all,
this is starting off well.
oh, I love it. Yeah, it's nighttime right now, so this is why we're using MVGs. By the way,
Yep.
MVGs are coming. They are coming.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't get the benefit of having the MVGs on my helmet. I have to like take it off.
Do this here.
Also,
I have a flashlight. It's right at my feet right here. If you put that light in there, or you want to take my glow stick and stick that on your chest.
I'll take the glow stick.
I'm heading
Put
to
that on the
Bologna right
LVAC.
now to see if I can find you a head strap.
And to kind of piggyback off of Jade, because I know what he's gonna do. Like before, like he's saying, you cannot
Right here, boy.
like before. What is this? What do we got here? Patrol pants? Okay.
Now, the color of this crate is not maroon, but this is like an olive green, so it looks military. And let's say we didn't want these. Loot cycling is basically you pick up the item and move it off the spawn point, and it makes it so other loot can spawn on top. Now, there's spawn tables, there's timers, but you really need to get familiar with this. So if it's loot you don't want, pick it up and move it. That's all you have to do. Just take it off of that spawn point, and new stuff will spawn in. These crates are loaded with stuff.
Yeah.
Marlin, right here, baby girl. We're rich.
And honestly, guys, like when he's talking about loot cycling, when he says take it and move it, you don't have to move it far from where it's spawned.
That's true.
Like you just literally take it from the point you got it, go like 10 feet out, drop the crap. I mean, it's not. You don't have to drop it far. And I made actually a video on just this area alone. It's so good for Marlin bags, and if you're really strategic about it and you want to really loot cycle the right way, the stuff you don't need, obviously take away, but get Marlin bags and put Marlin bags inside of Marlin bags.
Yes.
Put bags inside of bags. That way you can carry a bunch of variable stashes with you. That way you can, you know what I mean? Run off, bury the stashes, or we'll fill them up rather, then bury them, and then come back and do the cycle again.
Yes, this place is great for a lot of car parts and also a lot of marlin bags. These crates are just littered with loot. And again, I'm kind of sweeping the bottom floor here because some of the loot is so tiny, like lockpicks, you may not see them,
Yeah.
but you'll get the area, like the use button there. And that is, what is it? Use on Xbox is X, and then it's square on PlayStation. So it's just kind of a sweep. I keep the reticle down out of Force of Havoc because, you know, we play on console a lot, so. I'll check these maroon crates. These right here are maroon crates. I know you can't tell because everything's freaking green. So like this IV kit is a great example. Let me go ahead and just drop this here. I don't need this, but I'm gonna pick it up. And on, yeah, you hold X on the Xbox and then you hold square on the PlayStation to drop it. So out here I'm just gonna go plop. And then we're just
And
gonna keep
literally,
going.
it's just a redundant process that you'll be doing the whole time. Oh, what's up, Martinez? How are you, man? Sorry, I wasn't reading chat. I was kind of going over the marlin bags and loot cycling, man.
Somebody in my chat said, Matt says, iSurvive is also an app. Yes, there's a lot of different solutions. We're not like sponsored by them or anything. It's not like we don't get paid by them. We're just like, hey, whatever works for your platform, do it. I think there's like DayZ Central. There's iSurvive with a Z, letter I, and then survive. That's what this map is here. And so yeah, whatever helps. Like whatever helps you and your team really coordinate together. Because that's another big part of this game is communication, tactics, and identifying things. Because if you don't, you'll get wrecked. Oh, the sun is slowly coming up.
And then when you're loot cycling, guys, remember. So I don't have the map pulled up right now, but I know Jade has it. But you can actually share that iSurvive map with your friends. So if you do have a loot run, specifically you want to go do a loot cycle on, you can just tag it. Your friends can see that and then follow the same path. And if you're really strategic about it, you can do rotations like, okay, you go and do it, you know, Scuba Steve can go do it right now, and then J-Bob can go ahead and do it later, you know? So you can actually start that rotation and start getting it to maximize your loot, finding it. Ooh, there's a dry bag right here. I'm gonna take that.
Oh, heck yeah. I think you could fit 2 dry bags inside of an empty dry bag. So this is another great example. This suit, you'll see a lot of this is trash because people leave them behind. But because we're going to walk back down this row, we want to clear everything off and give it another peek. That's why we're opening the doors. The loot spawns for these seem to be pretty quick for a lot of versions. And it looks like this version is no exception. Military crate, baby. What do we got here? We got one of the new scopes.
There you go. Oh,
Hot.
the P1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one you've got on yours.
Oh, nice, nice.
Hopefully we'll see daylight here in a little bit so we can showcase more of the colors of crates that you're going to be looking for. But there's a reason why we have this marked as Marlin bags out here. Not only can you get gear, but there's a few of these military crates on here. So you can find some decent military clothing. And sometimes, if you're really lucky, you can find a weapon. It's a lot more rare up in this section, but it is possible. So remember,
I'm gonna drop these pants. And
Yeah.
take another dry bag.
do it, baby. Yeah, remember, this is the way you're going to have to loot because there's no predictable way to say, hey, if I jump to server, we're in server A and we're jumping to server B, you're not going to be in this location when you jump. You're going to be somewhere completely random. So it's not worth it to do this, to loot not loot cycle, but to server hop and grab loot. I think, is the sun almost up?
Yeah, it's coming up.
Alright, it's still pretty dark, so I'm going to leave this on for a little bit longer. I think my battery's almost toast. By the way, if you look at the durability here, now again, I know this is PC, but Xbox is going to have support for mouse and keyboard. I don't know exactly when, but the loot Tetris you're seeing here is technically on PS4 and Xbox. It's just turned off. It's more automated because we're using controllers currently, but you will still see this. You see this durability at the bottom? That's how much juice is left in the 9-volt, which is a welcomed addition for us on the console. Because I don't know about you, but when I pick up batteries, you kind of expect them to work.
Yep. I'm gonna have to drop these dry bags on the ground.
I'll pick one up. I got you, baby.
I found another marlin bag. I'm gonna put it in a marlin bag. So.
Oh, the dry bags. Okay, so also worth noting, the reason why we're collecting these marlin bags is because you can bury these. Dry bags are the same way.
They're behind me.
Oh, I thought you meant marlin bags. Yeah, I'll take some dry bags. I'll need them. You got a pretty mouth.
Why can I not fit this in here?
There might be shit in that, but yeah, look, there's stuff in it. Oh, that's nice. Oh, and also worth noting, you see these extra slots here in that dry backpack? You can stick a glow stick and you can stick a walkie-talkie. Now, that's not new for PC because that was on version 1.03, and I've had a couple people ask me already. They're like, "Hey, man, what's up with? How come we're not getting 1.03?" It's because it's being merged with
Perfect.
1.04, so we're still getting it. It's just all gonna be one big patch. You're hot.
All right, there we go. I mean, and that's pretty much like loot cycling in a a very small period of time. I mean, obviously there's a lot more like loot runs that you can do that we haven't covered, but like this inside this cargo crate area, it's literally a gold mine. You
Oh,
just
dude, I love it.
constantly cycle it over and over again. You get marlin bag. Oh, another marlin bag over here, dude.
Oh yeah, I'm coming. Where you at, baby?
They're here, behind you, behind you.
Okay, so to piggyback up what Razor's saying, if we loot this all the way down the row and then we head back, the loot will be back. So this is just an excellent place to like work up and down, over and over again. Oof, you know I want that. All right, hang on. So, sorry, the dry bags, the dry sacks, excuse me, you can stick inside. You can pack them full of loot and you can stick them inside of other backpacks. So keep that in mind, and you can also bury these individually. So it takes a little bit more micromanagement, but it's definitely worth your time. Sorry, you're going to say something, Dominion?
I was just going to say, I don't know if you've mentioned it or not, but it's worth noting that when you're loot cycling, you have to leave the area where the loot would spawn. Otherwise, it will not respawn if you stay in the area where it spawns.
Is that fairly new then? Because on the Xbox, yeah, you definitely.
Well, if that's even the case, to be honest, the way we loot cycle in this cargo area, we end up going from one side to the other, and since it's so big, the stuff's gonna render in.
Yeah, and that's
Once we
perfect.
get to
That's
the
how
other
you're
side,
supposed
you
to.
know. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
For
I've
sure.
literally sat in a military spot, loot cycled it, but I stayed inside the area waiting for it to pop, and nothing ever showed up. Once I left the area, came back after about maybe 5-10 minutes, boom, fresh loot was there.
Nice. And I'm pretty sure that that covers loot cycling in like a little short take.
In a nutshell.
Pretty much.
Okay, I am coming up on. I see the building in Cherno with the plane crash.
Okay,
and the
you're
gas
in.
station.
You're talking about. Can you do me a favor, before you come down? Okay, so you're technically. Just to show some of the audio stuff again because I love showing this off. So, I know I did a video on this, but it's worth noting. Audio got a revamp, so we're sitting in this area, and you're technically over here, which is like what? What's the distance between these two? It's over a K. 1 kilometer.
Yes.
Can you fire your weapon off into the sky? Actually, do it safely, because you might pull zombies.
Yeah.
If you can't,
I'm on the coast.
if you can't, I understand. But if you do, we'll take a little listen.
Here it comes. Do you want full auto or do you want semi?
Give us 1, 2, and then give us a hut.
Okay.
I heard it on your machine, on your microphone.
Oh, let me mute it.
I heard it. I just heard it.
Why did I not hear it? No, I heard that.
Yep.
So apparently, to kind of reiterate, it's what, 3.5? Am I getting that right?
Yeah, 3.5 kilometers.
As opposed to the 1 kilometer it was previously. So when you hear gunfights, they could be a complete town over from where you're at. So keep that in mind.
Right.
Oh yeah, by the way, these little tool shit. That I heard, and I definitely heard. Let's go check this military one real quick.
So yeah, so what is it? 3.5 kilometers.
Yeah.
That actually goes.
I saw boots.
Oh, actually, speaking of which, check your
Yeah, 3.5 kilometers, and that's
your boots.
official.
Yeah, I actually switched this one out to whatever that was. Durability
gotta
on
repair mine.
shoes is real. Now, on this little sub patch they did, this did up the durability overall, and I think depending on the surface you're walking on and the type of shoe, it's going to burn that durability at different rates. So,
Yep,
it's
and
pretty awesome.
also just to kind of go over what I was saying the other night when I thought weight affected your boots
I
or
think
your
it,
shoes
I
in
think it does.
general. No, it actually doesn't. It is just the terrain.
Oh, no kidding. Okay.
So,
Well, that's good news for me.
yeah, I was actually reading about it, and there was nowhere that uh, there was no written data about like the weight and whatever causes your shoes to wear and tear more. So,
What about love? Right, stay right there. Look at me. Pretty. You got a pretty mouth. Actually, can you do me a favor? Can you look down this way? And look at me this way, and I just want to get
never.
a nice shot down the row. Well, we'll stand over here and do it. Yeah, loot cycling, baby. Coming to council soon enough.
And touch me.
And I mean, to be honest, you guys are gonna definitely the good thing I think about loot cycling is gonna be that it literally it's gonna take people a while to build up loot and stuff. And you know what? You're not gonna get those very sporadic people or aggressive people anymore because they are going to pay for losing the loot finally because they're not gonna have dupers gear. You know what I mean?
That's
So
true.
loot cycling is going to be a definite thing.
It's a good point. People will be
Yeah.
afraid again, and they should be. That's how
Yeah.
that's how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a calculated risk of like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
do I want to go in
Yep.
here risk this because I could very well get my cheeks clapped.
Yep.
Yep.
There's been so many times where I snuck away when I knew there was danger around me. It's like I took the safest route because I didn't want to lose my stuff.
You got that right.
You think tactically. Can I achieve my objective and get the kill and get away? Or am I gonna just throw it all away and then have to start this process again?
Mm-hmm.
And the higher tier loot you get, the more it hurts when you die.
You got that right.
Yep.
Okay, I'm at the lighthouse west of Cherno.